Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Hello and welcome back. In our last podcast, we talked all about content marketing, the basics of what it is and why it is such an important strategy and all the many benefits that you can gain from it. And I mentioned that I was going to be delving deeper into each of those benefits. And today I want to talk about brand visibility. This is an almost intangible quality in your target audience, but it's vital if you want to increase your customer base. Producing, distributing, and syndicating content all help your brand get more exposure to potential customers, which increases the number of people familiar with your brand and increases the degree of familiarity. As people become more familiar with you and your brand, then they'll be naturally more inclined to purchase from you when the need arises, or to recommend you to someone who has a need for your product or service. When most businesses begin promoting their brand, there are four distinct stages of familiarity that their business will go through. The first is unawareness. So first, when you start getting your brand featured in outside publications, most customers aren't going to be aware of who you are at all. They're not going to recognize your logo or your company because they've never seen you before. So that's the first phase, obviously unawareness. And then you'll move into your next phase of awareness, where these customers who come across information about your business might read a piece or two that you have promoted, and they'll become exposed to your brand, and they might recognize it in the future, which will help to strengthen your brand recognition. And if there's an external prompt to buy, such as an ad, or if they're driving by a physical location, then they'll be more likely to purchase just because they will recognize you as something a little more reputable because they'll remember being exposed to your brand. And then the third is recognition. So after seeing your brand in multiple contexts, then customers will become vaguely familiar with the brand, enough to talk about it and enough to start considering making a purchase there without any external prompt. And then the next phase after recognition is familiarity. And with enough exposure, customers are going to become highly familiar with your brand, including your mission and your vision. And if they like the brand, then they'll start buying from it regularly. But even if they don't, they'll still be able to recommend it to friends and family. And then, of course, the final stage is greater customer retention. And this is especially true for certain industries where your customers need more information to stay engaged with your brand, such as new strategies or even help in troubleshooting guides. So you're going to want to give your users what they want and what they need, and then they'll stay loyal for life. And as we all know, customer retention is crucial for long-term growth. So the benefit of content marketing is that it helps you to achieve this progression of expanding your brand visibility with a wider and wider audience.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.